It's Tuesday, and that means it's time now for our weekly Hot Jobs Report.
It is brought to you by Workforce Solutions of the Coastal Bend.
In Corpus Christi, a latent print examiner is needed. You will conduct examinations to help criminal investigations and deal with various technology to have the highest degree of accuracy and completeness. At least 2 years of experience and a bachelor's degree is needed. Pay is between $18 and $30 an hour, plus benefits. Over in Ingleside, a scaffold builder is needed. You will be dealing with heavy equipment, rigging equipment loads, and completing various construction projects. You must be able to climb and work in high places and confined spaces. At least 2 years of experience and a high school diploma or GED is needed. Pay is between $12 and $21 an hour, plus benefits. In FALFURRIAS, a correctional officer captain is needed. You will supervise staff and inmates and ensure that there's a safe environment. You will also be in charge of disciplinary actions in regards to both staff and inmates. You must have knowledge of correctional law and court orders. At least 3 years of experience and a high school diploma or GED is needed. Salary is more than $43,000 a year. In Alice, a machine operator is needed. You will help set up and operate various machines and tools and perform minor machine maintenance. At least 6 months of experience is needed, and you must pass a drug screening test. Pay is $12 an hour. And lastly, in AGUA DULCE, a ranch hand is needed. You will construct fences and work with cattle. You'll also perform general ranch maintenance and other tasks. No experience is needed, but you will have to pass a background check and drug screening test. Salary is $39,000 a year plus benefits. To learn more about these jobs and others, contact Workforce Solutions of the Coastal Bend at 888-860-JOBS or visit workintexas.com.